Alright, good morning guys. So back at it again on the working on the tiny house. Isn't that what I used to say at the start of videos? Back at it again, like that Daniel guy. Or damn Daniel, that's what it is. I just want to extend a very quick and grateful thank you to Philip, who he's the one that sent me the t-shirt that said I don't eat anything that poops, and he also sent me a really nice wood chisel and then also a mallet here as well. I love the name of this company. Wood is good. I've never seen a mallet that is round like this. Normally it's the other way. So, but it looks like it's a really high quality mallet. So thank you very much, Philip. And then another person, Rick Seberg, he sent us all of his CDs. And at first I was kind of like, oh crap, we can't play the CDs because we don't have a CD player. And even in our laptops, they don't have a CD-ROM drive anymore. But what I forgot initially is that we do actually have a CD player in the Jeep. So we'll definitely check these out while we're driving around. Somebody else sent us one of these Go Vegan bumper sticker. So it says, true health care starts in the kitchen. Ain't that the truth? So thank you very much for the bumper sticker. And today what we're gonna be working on is I'm gonna do just the front skirting on the tiny house. So I'm just going to screw up a 2x4 up into the subfloor. So I'm gonna take some of the leftover galvanized metal roofing from the shed because there's a lot of extra pieces, just from the cut pieces, right? There's some extras there. So I'm gonna use that for the front skirting, and then I'm gonna work on the platform steps as well. So actually I did a design yesterday in SketchUp, and I went and got all the lumber for it yesterday as well. So I should be able to get most of it done today, and let's get started. So I just set the 2x4 back enough so that basically when the roofing is screwed to this, it's not gonna stick out past the siding. Alright, so we've got the 2x4 screwed to the underside of the house. Dewey's no f***ing help at all. What I'm gonna do next is cut these galvanized roofing panels at 27.5 inches, and then that should give us enough distance under the ground to prevent them really from kind of like flying out during the wind. So they're gonna be buried almost about 2 or 3 inches. So I certainly think that should be enough. So what I'm using to cut these is this electric metal shear. If you go into like Home Depot or Lowe's and look at their like metal shears, they're like $150 to $200, like just ridiculous for such a simple little power tool. But this is actually from Northern Tool, and the brand name is Ironton. I use this to cut all the panels for the shed there, and I think this was under $50. So if you're looking for like a half decent metal shear to do this type of stuff, northerntool.com. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I actually really dislike their customer service, but they've got some cheap tools, so that's good.
part's too loud.
Alright, so I've got the skirting done. Now I'm gonna start working on the platform steps. So yesterday I spent probably just over an hour just working in SketchUp to create a 3D model of what I'm gonna build. And I really love having a 3D model of something that I'm gonna be building, just because it makes the process a whole lot easier. When you're actually building it, you can just take your measurements right off your 3D model, and especially for generating a material list. So you can basically take a look at it, count all the pieces and the lengths of lumber that you're gonna need. And you can basically, when you're designing it like this, you can get a good idea of how it's structurally gonna work as well, because there were actually some little bits of lumber that I added in just to make it a little bit stronger, because I noticed when I was constructing it, some of the finished step boards weren't gonna be fully supported. So it's like little things like that I could see before I actually start building it, and that's really, really nice. I'm just gonna start building it. I'm not gonna explain too much of exactly what I'm doing. You'll probably get a better visual idea of when I start stacking the steps on top of each other, and you'll kind of see how everything goes together. But basically all the different platforms you'll be able to remove, which will kind of be cool if we ever wanted to move the steps. And I'm also gonna do the Shoshugi and stain to the boxes and to the steps. But I'm not gonna do the Shoshugi before I start assembling it, because the vast majority of the actual framing, you're not gonna see it. So there's no point in staining it and burning it when you're not even gonna see it. So, all right, let's begin.
Oh, that part's too loud.
Alright, so this is as far as I got today, just on doing the platform steps. I'm gonna be back tomorrow to finish these off. So we did the skirting, got almost the first piece done here, but I was a little preoccupied today with a few other things. We got a tractor. This tractor here is gonna be so freaking awesome. Ever since we've been out here, it's been frustrating to say the least, because there's a lot of things that it's like we would like to be able to do, but we just don't have the machinery, or we just don't have something like this in order to do it. And it's, for me, this isn't like something like this for me is all about independence. Yes, you can hire people to do stuff, or you can rent equipment, but with doing that type of stuff, obviously it can be expensive over time if you're always constantly hiring people, or you're always constantly renting machinery. So just Hannah and I were talking about it, and it's like, for all the stuff that we want to do and all the big plans that we have for the 40 acres here, having this tractor is just gonna make a world, like just a world of difference. Just for example, to do the rain roof. Like I need somebody to come here and to rip out one of the small trees and also to grade the land off a little bit, just so that it's a little bit flatter. And it's like I can't, it's just frustrating because I can't do any of this to myself because I don't have a piece of machinery to do it. And even in our main driveway here, it's been like so bumpy because it hasn't been graded in such a long time. And there's like little stumps that are sticking out of the ground, and I'm just like worried about, you know, getting punctures and stuff. So we basically just have to wait until there's enough stuff in order to get our septic guy, the guy who did our septic, because we can just hire him per hour to do this kind of stuff. And what was really annoying, like I talked to him at the start of last week, and he's so busy that he wasn't able to actually get out here until the end of this week. It's just been little things like that that have just been kind of frustrating and annoying. And this is gonna be so freaking epic. So the most important piece of equipment to me is the backhoe. So all of it's important, like the front loader. We got a grader for the back here, a box, or a Gannon box. But this here is the most important to me. And that's because with a lot of the earthworks, the permaculture earthworks that we want to do, a lot of it requires digging. Trying to do the amount of digging that we would have to do by hand, like it would literally just destroy my body. Like it would be there's just so much. And we have some really amazing ideas and some really awesome plans for what we want to do out here. It's going to allow them to come to fruition a lot quicker, and it's going to be so much easier for us. So I've been playing around with the tractor for the past couple days, so that's why there hasn't been a video. But I just wanted to kind of get an idea of what I was doing with it before I started videotaping me like doing work with it, because it's kind of like the first time that you've ever driven a stick shift, for example. Like you're very clumsy with it, you don't really know exactly what's going on. So I just wanted a few days just to kind of test it out and to kind of get my bearings with it. So I am so freaking excited for the tractor and for the backhoe. This is just so exciting for me because I can really be independent and I can do all these things myself, and I'm not on some type of time limit with a rental equipment, or if we hire somebody to do it, then I have to direct them to do it exactly how it needs to be done. So this is just gonna make things so much easier, and I'm just so jacked for it. This is gonna be so awesome. I'll be able to show you guys how to do so much stuff with the permaculture and with the tractor here. It's gonna be a big game changer out here for sure. All right, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. We're gonna finish off those platform steps. They're gonna look absolutely fantastic. And then we can start getting some heavy work done on the property here. I'm so excited. And you guys are gonna get to see all of it on YouTube. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Awesome. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you on tomorrow's video. Talk to you soon.
Too loud.